They voted in the 80%. Right. That's on national
because they felt like they could make a difference. And then TV Deb's got like 20%. If you have had enough! Like,
wanting to counter a rally. I mean, it's okay in a rally, but if somebody's driving down the street, I've never...
What's up, bro? You want a water or a cookie?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. Which one did you like?
Just a water?
Yeah, go ahead and take one right off the side, lighten my load a little bit.
Right on, dude. I appreciate it too.
Thank you.
Are you here for this movement as well?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate for the water.
Thank you. So we're I mean, I love you.
It's okay.
How can I
I just came from the San Ramon Chevron.
Yeah, I was going to go to that one. How was it?
It wasn't a big turnout as this, but
was it? Really?
It was about 40 people though. It was good. We got the same response from the people on the road as you guys are, so that's good.
Yeah, I was going to go to that one, but I figured this one would have a bigger turnout.
Yeah, it's just way bigger impact. Plus, you guys have the mainstream media coming here, so getting some exposure.
I better get a better sign for next year. Now that I know. Woohoo! Keep it up! Oh, you want to I had too many thoughts. I had to put them on all the signs.
So does your sign say audit the Fed? Oh, Fed up with, okay. We're the 99, yes we are. So what is your reason here, being here? I'm not here to demonize you, I'm actually here to support you, so I'm just trying to get your opinion besides the sign.
Support the upswell of emotion that's finally surfaced.
And why do you think it's finally surfaced now?
Because of the gross inequality and unfairness that's happened in this country over the past 10 years. We all have a vested interest in having a strong middle class. The middle class has watched the top 1% grow, become wealthier and wealthier over the past 10 years while they're being squeezed to the point of elimination. 47 million Americans are now in poverty. We all have a vested interest to correct this.
Do you think...
Very well stated.
Yes, very well stated. And do you think that auditing the Fed, do you think that's a bill that should be passed, considering we need to know where that money went? Or do you know much about the Fed?
Auditing?
Auditing, yes. Like finding out where our money went, basically the tax dollars, that we put into, and they gave it to the bailouts or the stimuluses and all that. Do you guys know much about that?
I'm not quite certain on auditing the Fed, although I do know they've loaned a lot of money to the banks at 0% interest. So that's what you're talking about. I mean,
like, what do you...
That is a bailout.
It is a
bailout of sorts.
Yes.
Loan it to them for free so they can loan it back to our government at 2 or 3%.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a bailout. Yeah, that's... you don't need to audit it to figure out what happened. I mean, I know what's happened. That's one of the reasons we're here. The banks...
We do need transparency in government, though.
Oh, yes,
and we also need to get the money out of politics. That Citizens United decision was
we have all these funds for all these different areas, and it's just an excuse to take our dollars.
I wanted to make my sign that said the politicians should dress like race car drivers so we know who their corporate sponsors are. And it's true. Yeah. They're all beholden to the big
lobbyists,
money donors and lobbyists and corporations.
And now, do you know that the Supreme Court's actually said that now that it is still okay. They were trying to make it so it wasn't okay to when you're running for campaigning, you don't have corporations putting onto your books, basically, putting onto your campaign. What do you feel about corporations being able to put money on presidency or
Absolutely
government
not.
officials'
It should be forbidden.
campaigns?
It should be forbidden. There should be no corporate money. There should be no big donor money in politics at all.
Now, why do you think? Now, why do you have that feeling towards that?
Because if they take that money, they're beholden to whoever gives them the money, not the people they're supposed to be representing.
Exactly.
This is not a democracy; it's a plutocracy.
Yep.
They're all in the pockets of the corporations and the big donors, and they have to do their bidding because they're taking their money, and we don't have a say anymore.
So, would you consider yourselves communists or left, extreme radical left or right wing? Any of you? Do you believe that you're that? Or do you feel like you're normal, everyday citizens that's just worried about what direction our country's going?
I'm a normal, everyday citizen. I'm a Green Party member, but I'm also a democratic socialist.
Okay.
I believe that society should be a social democracy. I believe that corporations should be run by the people that work for them, that they should be owned by the workers, and all the workers benefit equally, and that the upper management can only make, Ben & Jerry's has this model, the upper management at Ben & Jerry's Corporation can only make a certain percentage higher than the lowest paid worker. And it's a very equitable system, and the workers benefit, and the morale is good. And I think there should be more companies like that.
Now, what do you feel about taxing the rich, or do you think that there's a problem with that?
Yeah, there's a problem with it. They don't pay.
They need to pay their fair share.
They have offshore tax havens. They can pay for high-priced attorneys and accountants to get their money hidden. They have plenty of tax shelters. They have plenty of
The
resources.
Bush tax cuts need to expire on the wealthy.
Well, they were talking on Fox News that it's such a great thing for them to re-sign that, right?
Yeah, have you seen any new jobs created?
The trickle-down theory's been tried, and it doesn't work.
So do you think, does it really matter what side, left or right, that is in office? Do you see the policies somewhat the same, or do you see them different on both sides?
Yeah, not enough. There are a few strong people out there. Bernie Sanders, George Miller generally has good policies. I mean, just to name a few. There are a few out there, but I think that their hands are pretty much tied by the majority in Congress on both sides of the aisle. And until the money gets out of the political system, nothing's going to change.
Finance reform.
Yeah, total campaign finance reform. Nothing's going to change until that money gets out of the system.
Do you think it ever will?
I'm not hopeful.
Well,
we all want serious change here, obviously.
We're try to make some changes.
That's why we're all here today.
That's why we're here. We're here to demand changes to our political system.
And silence is complacency.
Yes.
So you gotta fight for what's right.
You know. Well,
Martin Mead was the one who said, you know, even if you, let's see, what was the quote? Or maybe it was Gandhi's quote, that even if you just do a little bit, it's very important that you do it. You know?
Gandhi?
I think that was Gandhi's quote. Martin Mead made a similar quote, but it's something about the power of one person being able to make a difference.
And I'm big on Gandhi as well. Like, peaceful protest is definitely the way. I don't think how they did it in New York was I mean, don't get me wrong, what they were saying was correct, but how they went about it, especially at the BART, when the guys were jumping on top of the BART train and stuff like that, that's the incorrect way of doing it. That's just going to get a negative feedback.
Yeah, that can create a negative.
And all we want is a positive, feedback. We want, like we're getting a response here from everybody here. Obviously, you can see a lot of people feel like the same way as we all do. And no matter what political backgrounds we have, no matter where we come from, no matter what our race or religion, I feel that we are all coming together and we're not being separated anymore. Even though that's the whole case. I mean, I think there's the mainstream media likes to separate us and put us in categories, and you can't put a category on a person, an individual, because everybody is different.
Exactly. And they try to paint people who voice opposition as some kind of wackos. They try to make you look like you're some kind of wacko.
Conspiracy theorists or whatever they want to put you under. Communists or whatever, they try to discredit you, and it's been like that for years.
Oh yeah.
It's nothing different now. It's just I mean, our media, left and right, they do the same thing on both channels, CNN, Fox News, Rupert Murdoch. People are really starting to, people are really starting to wake up. And I think it's about time because, we've been asleep for a while, a lot of us, including myself, until a couple years ago. And it was before Obama got in office, so I do not blame just Obama. This happened, this started when Bush was in office and even before then. So this isn't a left or right issue. We're all here because we're concerned citizens that want better for our kids and our future.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you very much for the interview. I appreciate it.
Excellent.